So now, hindsight, let's look back at the red flags.
Mm-hmm.
Red flag number one was me not following my instinct of asking the 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Because the 2 questions are made to show the stress in somebody.
Right.
It's a genius 2 questions.
They don't make sense.
They don't make sense.
No.
And nobody gets them right. And they're not trick questions. They're straightforward questions, but your brain doesn't work that way. So you're never going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And so when I give you this question to answer, it's a word problem. It's a math problem.
Mm-hmm.
All your insecurities are going to come to the beginning. Now think about it. You're in an interview. You're trying to be the best version of yourself. They say you're going to show up on time. Yes, every time.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you know that or not. Some of you
Sure.
people, you don't know how to read a clock. You know who you are. And you're going to show up a little late. But you're going to say in the interview, I show up on the time. 10 minutes early every time. Do you have reliable transportation? Absolutely.
How do you handle pressure? Oh, I'm great under pressure.
Yes.
I can do blah, 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 blah.
You're going to say everything the interviewer wants to hear.
Mm-hmm.
But in this question, when I give it to you, and about 5 minutes have gone by and you haven't figured out the answer, you are internally losing your mind.
Yes.
You are sweating. You are losing it.
Fidgety.
And your insecurities are going to come out and you're going to have word vomit of all the things that you can't control. Because when you're insecure, you can't control your emotions.
Or you shut down altogether.
Yeah. So the top 4 things that we get from these questions is, I don't know it, and they push it away. Well, they gave up.
Mm-hmm.
And if I gave them a hard assignment, they're going to give up. And I don't want them on my team.
And they're not willing to problem solve or put in the effort to find it.
Number 2, they sit there and they keep working and say, can I have more time?
Mm-hmm.
Those are my all-stars.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're never going to get it, but they're willing to put in the effort.
Mm-hmm. I've been in those interviews. It is stressful for me because I feel their pain.
Yes.
And I so desperately want to give them a lifeline and I want to help them. And they're sitting there looking at me and you're just, either doing something else, but you're over here just completely emotionless about it. And they're looking at me like, save me, please. I'm like, I wish I could, but
no, I'm with you. It takes some getting used to. I'm with you. And I do that, but you can see it. I had one guy within 2 minutes look at me and goes, I got really high last night, so I'm sorry. My brain's not working. Well, we have a drug policy here, so that's the end of this interview.
Right.
All they're they just blurt out stuff. It's great.
Well, one person said, I don't drink milk, so.
Oh, yeah. That's skim milk. He goes, well, I don't drink milk, so the answer is 0. I'm like, really?
That's
0 people drink milk, but yet it's on the shelves of every grocery store. So that's how small-minded you are. Okay, this isn't going to work out well either.
Right.
So it really shows a lot of the people where they can't hide it. I can see their true colors.
Yeah.
So I love the question. So red flag number 1, I didn't do the question, so I couldn't see these things that would have weeded her out before. Red flag number 2, looking in hindsight, she brought a coffee to an interview. Now, this sounds nitpicky.
Sure.
It's not.
Okay.
When's the last time that you're like, I'm going to an interview, I better bring my own beverage and I'll just sit down and relax and have a conversation with somebody? When's the last time? I would never bring a bottle of water or a coffee to an interview. I would bring a notepad and a pen. I'd be ready to work.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody walks in your office ready to work, or they walk in with a coffee, they're not ready to work. They're hydrating. That's what they're freaking doing right now. Okay. So her bringing the coffee in hindsight, I never picked it up at the time.
Sure.
But in hindsight, if anybody brings a beverage into an interview, they're out. They're done.
Okay. Interesting takeaway.
They're already trying to play some type of power play of, this isn't that important. I'm just going to sit here and drink my little coffee and be fine.
All right.
Or it tells me, you're so freaking late. You haven't woken up yet. And you're trying to use coffee to wake up at an interview. I don't appreciate that already.
Okay.
So either way is a bad red flag. So the coffee thing now, I feel sorry for anybody who brings coffee. It's an instant no for the interview. Game over.
Are we adding that to the pet peeve list?
Oh, 100%.